Hi everyone, this is meowmurai. Let's check out Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3 Remastered, running on PlayStation 5. Okay, so we've got title screen for 1, title screen for 2, and title screen for 3. So, kind of interesting. All in the original Lara art style, which, you know, good and bad on that. This is still the same menu from the original as well. Or at least it's done in the same style, with this sort of a 3D rotating thing. Alright, tank controls, modern controls. We'll try the modern controls. I mean, I played this original game on the Saturn, because I was big into the Saturn when it came out. And not so much the PlayStation. Let's see, we've got the EULA, and we've got credits for our extras. Well, going all out for the extras, let me tell you. Is there anybody, like, asking for, like, the EULA? It's like, man, I wish they would let me access the EULA at any time. You know, that long legalese document, which actually isn't enforceable legally. God, I can't wait to read that again. Well, yeah, it's the original opening cinema. Yeah, I mean, they cleaned it up as best they could. I mean, this was in the 640 by 480 days. 1024 by 768 was considered high def.
It's hard to say exactly, but you seem to be doing fine.
Well, great. Though truth is, it ain't.
You know, consoles were attached with composite video cables.
Technologies, you know, creator of all things bright and beautiful.
32-inch TVs were 200 pounds.
Feast your eyes on this, Lara. How does that make your wallet rumble?
I'm sorry. I only play for sport.
I'm glad there's subtitles.
Like a big park.
The original never had those.
Vast mountain ranges to cover.
Seems kind of dark though. Maybe we need to increase the brightness.
Rocky crags, savage winds, and there's this little trinket. An age-old artifact of mystical powers buried in the unfound tomb of Qualapec. That's my interest. You could leave tomorrow. Are you busy tomorrow?
It's kind of funny. The setup is a bit like Shadow of the Tomb Raider. No, Shadow was the third one. I can't remember what the name of the second one was. Of the remakes or the reboot. Is that gonna stay? It's only got like one little hook on it. Nah, it's a hell of a place to put the doorknob, huh? Look at these cutting edge graphics, huh? Boy, they really did establish Lara as a badass in this game. She's like so whiny in the reboots. All right, so we're not strictly. I mean, the original game was sort of designed like Prince of Persia, where one step moved you one unit, right? And there wasn't like a lot of frame interruptions or anything like that. So that's how you could, like, judge your jump distances, and that's how you could traverse the environment, was that you knew that each step was a certain number of spaces, and each little area was hint hint. You want to go up there? Let's see, that's roll. Okay, then that's old style graphics. All you have to do is push the hamburger button. Okay, touchpad is the menu. Okay, I can save any time. That's nice. Yeah, because it is a little dark. It's funny, this era of gaming was really about exploring. I mean, that was the main gameplay, was traversing the environment and finding new areas. A little bit of combat here and there. Nice little bit of fog or whatever it is. Pretty cool looking. Yeah, things still look chunky, but they've got more detail. It's still got a chunkiness to it. Okay, she can still do that for some strange reason. There was a little show off in this game. Yeah, the thing about these games too is that there's not that much music. It's just every once in a while during specific moments there's music. So it's just kind of like you and the environments. Yeah, it is interesting to play it with more modern third-person controls. It's still got the weird camera problems. I guess if you're layering your original game on top of, or if you're layering your remake on top of the original game, it's still going to have some of the same issues. It's like, where does the camera need to be? I don't know. There is something about the artwork, which I think is still pretty good. Just the overall construction. I mean, obviously they've done new textures and added more geometry. But even the original base artwork it's still good, you know? Oh, interesting. They added a skylight. It's just like a mall. Yeah, I almost wish they wouldn't have tried to layer the original game on top of this game. Because then again, yeah, you get that weird, awkward movement here and there. Now I don't know how to stop doing it. Okay, that's enough out of you, Laura. My goodness. Oh, did I not do it right? Oh, okay, well. Okay, I don't remember it being like that, where it was actually kind of hard not to do that. Run back, left, walk, jump, action. Okay, I guess I don't really remember how the controls were before. Oh, we're on time limit. Yeah, it's interesting what they decided to build in 3D and what they kept as sprites. I remember her being able to do that. Is my memory terrible? It might be. I know these old games, it's about struggling with the controls. But you know, nobody knew how to control anything. The whole 3D movement thing was new, yeah. I mean, the whole idea of 3D was new. Even with the Saturn version, you know, it wasn't like real true 3D. Yeah, that used to be some of the hardest stuff in the game, was just learning how to long jump. Because that is all it was all space-based, so you'd have to like walk up to a ledge and then back up, hop backward, and then run forward and hold the jump button. Kind of akin to like Dragon's Lair. But no, really, it feels weird to play these games again. You can definitely tell there's just a certain clunkiness to it. I found 0 secrets. Which, you know, by the time they finally made Tomb Raider Underworld, you know, they'd really worked out a lot of problems with the classic Lara formula and, you know, how she would move and how she would target things. And then to come back to the original like this, you know, the original. Like I said, it's interesting. It's interesting to see how far they progressed from their Underworld days. Yeah, I really like Underworld. I wish there was a good way to play it in a modern console. You know, you can play it on PC, of course, with quite a bit of tweaking. But if you're a console player, you know, you're gonna have no way to play that great game anymore. Oh boy, the swimming controls. I can't imagine. I mean, we're going to need to go down there at some point. key yet. Yeah, the auto aiming is just as frustrating as it's always been. Unfortunately, the modern controls didn't give you modern aiming. But I think that would kind of break the game. So, yeah, I understand why they wouldn't do it that way. Thankfully, Lara can hold her breath for a long time. Well, am I going to make it? I might be dead here. Okay. I felt like I made it. I feel a little ripped off there. Oh, it's funny to think that I used to know this game like the back of my hand. You know, I played it so much. Now, though, it's like playing it again for the first time. And I don't know, like, if there are very many modern players who would be like patient enough with this game. Because it does require a lot of patience. I mean, just even with the modern controls, it's still a little funky to move her around, get her to do things that you want. thought there was something here. Wasn't there something here? Yeah. Got jogging the old brain cells there. Just get in the right position, Laura. Oh my god. Okay. Gotta remember to keep saving. I know Laura cares about preserving old buildings and artifacts. The animals, well, not so much. Animals can go to hell in Laura's world. Bats, wolves, bears. What else do we get in this game? Dinosaurs? Yeah, I think later games they gave you like flares and stuff. Since the PlayStation architecture allowed for like more advanced lighting than the Saturn was real capable of. But then Tomb Raider, it just got into a real rut with its sequels. Tomb Raider 3 and 4, and what do they call 5? I can't remember, but yeah, they felt like they were completely similar games, which they were. You can only do the same formula so much. But Tomb Raider, it had a long run. And I do like the reboot of Tomb Raider as well. Though I just haven't made enough time to play through them all. Like, I like what I played, but I never felt that motivated to finish them. The bear. Oh, now it's a pissed bear. Sorry, buddy. No hard feelings. It's just you're a bear, and I'm a human. There might be some dire conflict there. Okay, for some reason I thought I had to hit a button to grab a ledge. Maybe that was just the old game. Because here you just hit the jump button and she'll grab the ledge on her way down. Or her way up automatically. Looking at her now, it's kind of funny to think of this Laura as like the hot Laura. The new Laura not being even meant to be, like a hot girl. I was like, really, this Laura? This Laura was the hot one? Well, Well, I felt like we've done that a couple times. See, look at this. I mean, there's like no direction. Like, you don't know where you're going. That's their whole job, is to explore the place. There's no like sub-objective marker. At least not at this point in time in the franchise. And really not for the next 4 games? 5 games? I mean, since the whole point is exploring, you know, they don't give you that many clues, you know, as part of the gameplay versus being some sort of fault of the game or some sort of oversight. It's like, well, you know, you get like a real basic map.
No. No.
But, you know, nothing to actually help you navigate in any meaningful way. I forget there's a walk button. Let's forget how strong Laura is in this this age of Laura. As I kind of playing these games now, I just realize how like how much better this Laura character is than modern Laura. I have something in here that I could use to burn the thing? I don't remember. Hmm. Keep wanting to push start to access the menu. Oh, load and save. Oh my god. Yeah, boy, I did not mean to do that. That is for sure. Okay, well, we just lost all our progress once again. Because the default is not save. Okay, well, I mean, it wasn't too bad. Um, but I think we may save doing that whole section over for tomorrow. I do think I want to play through at least Tomb Raider 1. I don't know if we can do Tomb Raider 3, 2 and 3. I mean, that is a lot of classic Tomb Raider, at least all at once. As I said, this old design, it can feel tedious at times. But again, the exploration is the gameplay. So, if you're not into trying to like solve environmental puzzles and getting lost a little bit, maybe not too much in this game, but certainly a little bit here and there, then this may not be for you. Modern games really try to help you along, which is not a bad thing. Some people act like it's some sort of bad thing that we, have, waypoint indicators and, we have prompts that assist us with, or remind us of certain things, remind us of the controls or, things of that nature. And it's like, those are not bad things. Those are things that help people remember how a game is played and have fun with it, I never knew what that was. Okay, that's like a tied up old mummy. It was very hard to tell what that was in its 2D sprite incarnation. We're just gonna not deal with that bear. Although he has treasure behind his little cubby hole that he's guarding. But the treasure I don't care about. At least not more than my life. I'm sure modern audiences look at this and go, well, how did this become a big hit? I think there's definitely some historical context that has to go on, considering the nature of 3D gaming at the time and what games looked like surrounding the era of Tomb Raider, how you interacted with things. I mean, this was really revolutionary. But standing the test of time? No. Like I said, I think you had to be a certain kind of gamer to appreciate this old design, the clunky controls, the sort of the awkward movement. And like I said, as they made more sequels, they refined this formula a lot better. Made it play better. I think that's why they tackled Tomb Raider Anniversary, which was essentially a remake of the original, but sort of reimagined with the modern sensibilities of that time. Core, or not Core, but Crystal Dynamics. Once they became the developers when Core folded, you know, they had a vision of how they were going to redo Laura and her games. And again, it's interesting to play that, you know, that reimagining of Tomb Raider, you know, the Tomb Raider Anniversary. You know, compared to the drastic changes that they made with Tomb Raider 2013. Was it 2013? God, it seems like such a long time ago. Okay, I'm getting better at the weird idiosyncrasies of the aiming system. It does take some getting used to, let me tell you. Okay, game and save. We have to turn the page over one. Okay, why don't we start with there? This is Autopostrophe, or this is meowmurai, formerly Autopostrophe, and we are playing Tomb Raider 1, 2, 3 Remastered, running on PlayStation 5. You know, again, these are very old games. You know, kind of on the brink of true 3D. You know, games actually being built in 3D without a lot of tricks being involved in the building of the 3D imagery, with the exception of the Saturn version. And the focus is really again on exploration, not so much combat. That's why combat's not really all that good. The auto aiming is real funky, something you have to get used to, but you do get used to it. The jumping's funky, you know, even though you have to jump around a lot in the game. It definitely is not something that that is based on reaction time. You know, it's based on a lot of planning ahead on when to jump and the distances you jump, especially if you decide to go with the tank controls. But I think for what they were trying to do with this, this is pretty good. You know, the graphics I think are, you know, still chunky, still very retro, but you know, updated with you know, modern texture, modern lighting. Things that were, you know, 2D bitmaps are now 3D objects. So, you know, I think with the rules that they put in place to not change the game and to not alter the formula too much, then I think they were pretty successful. And it's about at the right price. You know, they're basically $10 a game. Although you buy it as one package, you know, you buy it as one $30 package. But I think anybody who is interested in playing any of these games is probably okay with just purchasing all three of these games. I imagine if this is successful that we'll get the other games as well. Although I'm curious to see if they would ever go back and try to fix Angel of Darkness. Because that is as an absolute wreck of a game that was not finished and somehow released to the public. And one of the biggest bonehead greed moves of all time. But yeah, I don't know how many people I can suggest this for. Again, this has to be for the fans, or if you're very, very curious about how these old games played, just bearing in mind that it is going to be clunky. It is not going to be a smooth experience. Certainly nothing that you'd be used to if you've been playing games in the last 5 years, right? Or even 10 years. You know, I mean, a lot has changed since the original Tomb Raider came out and its subsequent sequels. But with that being said, you know, again, I think the value is good. I think the game is good. You know, they've done good things with it. And if you're patient or just enjoys like more of a relaxed pace of a game while still having, you know, segments of action and puzzle solving, then this is something that you might be able to get into. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.